this video, we are going to explain about what is audiolingual, what is the history behind it, how to do it, and what are the advantages and the disadvantages of audiolingual method. Okay, so what is audiolingual method? So the audiolingual method of teaching English language as a second or target language had begun its journey during World War II, flourishing as the Army method. It is also widely known as ALM. In the execution of learning process, ALM gives more practice, drill, memorize vocabularies, and the students are invited to learn directly without the teacher of native language. The audiolingual method, Army method, or NUKI is a method used in teaching foreign languages. Arguing with the idea of the grammar translation method, which emphasizes on reading and writing skill to teach foreign language, ALM or audiolingual method has preferred to emphasize on listening and speaking, the first two natural or spontaneous way of language learning, cherishing the belief that if a person can be a better speaker and a listener first, he or she will be able to make himself or herself a better reader and writer constantly. The correct use of trait would receive positive feedback, while incorrect use of the trait would receive negative feedback. The audiolingual method strongly dominated the field of education in the 1950s and also 1960s. So, audiolingual method was the outcome of the involvement of three very important historical circumstances. The first step or historical circumstances regarding ALM was Leonard Bloomfield's technique of memorization and repetition in the simple parent-focused foreign language. As there was a lacking of trained native teachers in America who would guide learners and provide theoretical description, the linguists had to do it for themselves through observing the ideas required to document all of the indigenous language spoken in America, and fortunately, it was Leonard Bloomfield who had taken the first step to make the job done. The second circumstance took place during the outbreak of World War II. World War II suddenly necessitated the United States to produce a band of orally proficient speakers of different foreign language. The US government then commissioned the American universities to develop a special language course for the Army's officials that would focus on oral or oral skills. This project was established back in 1942 and labeled as the Army Specialized Training Program, or ASTP. The method was also known as the informant method since it employed a native speaker of the language, the informant, and the linguist. The informant served as a source of language for imitation, and the linguist supervised the learning experience. Due to its association with the Army, the method later on came to be known as Army method. The third factor was B.F. Skinner's behaviorism theory, where he had introduced the imitation, repetition, and positive or negative reinforcement in terms of learning the language. The planners modeled their method based on the Army Special Training Program, ASTP, the structural linguistics, and the behavior theory. The combination of the trio of approaches led to the development of the audiolingual method, which was widely adopted for teaching foreign languages in North American college and universities. The teaching of the oral skills with accurate pronunciation, grammar, and the ability to respond quickly and accurately is the main objective of audiolingual method. Reading and writing skills may be taught, but they are dependent on the oral skills. All of this according to Richard and Rogers back in 1986. There are some characteristics of LM, such as the first one, drills are used to teach structural patterns, and then the second, set phrases are memorized with focus of intonation. Third one, grammatical explanations are kept to a minimum, and then vocabulary is taught in context, and then there's also audiovisual aids being used in the LM, and finally, LM is focused more on the pronunciation. And so that's the explanation of ALM or audiolingual method. In the next part, we are going to watch or see how this audiolingual method is being implemented in the classroom.
I call her name or his name, please raise your hand. Raise your hand, please. Okay. Abang Desta, Aditya Rizky, Afifah, Arjuna, Asmaul Husna, Dafa, Dea. Okay, well, everyone, for today's meeting, our material before next week is in the Unit 9. Unit 9, please look at your book first, on page 21st and then 22nd, 21 until 22. Have you opened your book? Yes, and then there are some pictures related to the rooms at school. Do you know what is rooms at school meaning? What is rooms at school? What is rooms at school? Classroom? Yeah, that is one of the example rooms at school. Okay, for today's meeting, I want you to listen to me carefully. Okay, first one, listen to me carefully. Just listen what I want to say after this, and then pay attention to the words or the sentence that I talk to you. For this example, there are two students in the school. So the blue marker is Galip, and then the black one is Ilmi. So Galip start talking to Ilmi. Hi Ilmi, good morning. Hi Galip, good morning. Where are you going? I am going to the canteen. Okay, listen to me carefully. I'll repeat again. This is Galip, and then this one Ilmi. They are in the school. They talk to each other. Hi Ilmi, good morning. Hi Galip, good morning. Where are you going? I am going to the canteen. Okay, please listen once again. There are two students. This one is Galip, and then this one Ilmi. They are in the school. Hi Ilmi, good morning. Hi Galip, good morning. Where are you going? I am going to the canteen. Okay, got what I have said? So after this, I want you to repeat after me. Repeat the sentence after me. Okay, now please repeat after me. Yeah, please repeat after me. We start from Galip. Hi Ilmi, good morning.
Hi Ilmi, good morning.
Hi Galip, good morning.
Hi Galip, good morning.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I am going to the canteen.
I am going to the canteen.
Okay, now please repeat again. Hi Galip, good morning.
Hi Galip, good morning.
Hi Ilmi, good morning.
Hi Ilmi, good morning.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I am going to the canteen.
I am going to the canteen.
Okay, now please repeat the last sentence only, the two last sentence only. Please repeat after me. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I am going to the canteen.
I am going to the canteen.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
To the canteen.
To the canteen.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Going to the canteen.
Going to the canteen.
I am going to the canteen.
I am going to the canteen.
Okay, good job students. Okay, now students, before we continue our lesson, I want you to memorize again about the relationship between subject and then to be. Okay, now please, I will give the example. For the subject I, the to be should be am. And then how about subject you? Are. Good job. again with the previous dialogue. From where are you going? And then the answer should be I am going to the canteen. Now I want you to change the subject I. Okay, please listen to me carefully. I want you to change the subject I into the plural subject. There are 3 plural subjects. There is the first you, we, they, as the example that I have mentioned before. So, if I say I, you should say I am going to the canteen. Okay, now please, now let's try to change the sentence, yeah? I. Okay, good job. I am going to the canteen. And then I want to change the subject into you.
You are going to the canteen.
Excellent. And then how about we?
We are going to the canteen.
We are going to the canteen. And then the last one, change it into they.
They are going to the canteen.
Okay, very good students. And then now let's move into the singular form. The subject which is singular, only one. Yeah? From the subject I, it should be I am going to the canteen. Now I want you to change into he. How about he?
He is going to the canteen.
What is it?
He is going to the canteen.
Okay, good job. And then let's change into she.
She is going to the canteen.
Okay, she is or she are?
She is.
Yeah, she is because she is the singular form. Okay, now students, let's repeat after me. I am going to the canteen.
I am going to the canteen.
You are going to the canteen.
You are going to the canteen.
We are going to the canteen.
We are going to the canteen.
They are going to the canteen.
They are going to the canteen.
Okay, let's change into the singular form. He is going to the canteen.
He is going to the canteen.
She is going to the canteen.
She is going to the canteen.
Okay, very good students. Let's give applause for you all. Alright students, for the next lesson or the next chapter, we will talk. We still talk about the unit 9. Still in the unit 9 about rooms at school. So please listen to me carefully. I will take the pictures that I have prepared before, and then you pay attention to what I will show to you all. Alright? There are 6 pictures. Okay, there are 6 pictures. So I will start to show you the dialogue again. The dialogue between 2 students, namely Gali and Ilmi. Okay, please listen to me carefully. Listen, just listen to me carefully. Hi Gali, good morning. Hi Ilmi, good morning. Where are you going? I am going to the canteen. Okay, where are you going? I am going to the canteen. Now, if I show the picture to you, you have to replace the adverb of place in the end of the sentence. For example, where are you going? I am going to the classroom. Then the example again. I am going to the library. Alright, you got my point? You understand?
Yes.
Now please look at the pictures and then say the sentence, the last sentence from the dialogue, from I am going to. You just change the adverb of place in the end of the sentence. Change the canteen into the pictures that I show to you. Okay, now let's start from the picture number 1. Where are you going? Okay, to the classroom. And then next, where are you going?
I
then next, where are you going?
I am going to the canteen.
Okay, the canteen again. Then, where are you going?
I am going to the toilet.
Toilet. And then, the fifth picture, where are you going?
I am going to schoolyard.
Alright, schoolyard. And then, the last picture, where are you going?
I am going to teacher office.
Okay, teacher office. Good job, students. So, what I want to say to you is when we replace the place, you can still use the sentence I am going to the and then change the place. You can say it, I am going to the canteen, I am going to the teacher office, and so on. Alright, students, now we come to the end of this class. I want you to communicate actively with your peers in the two students. Yeah, please practice the dialogue that I have given to you in the early of this lesson. So from Gali and Ilmi, you can change the name into your own name and your friend's name. Okay, you got my point? Do you understand?
Yes.
Now let's practice the dialogue with your peers in your beside your table or your chair. Okay, now start to practice the dialogue. This meeting. So I want to conclude what we have learned for this meeting today. I want to ask you some questions. What do you get? What do you get from our lesson today? Anyone? Please raise your hand. Yes, it's Tiara.
I can understand about the subject and simple dialogue.
Okay, you can understand the subject. For example, I, and then what is the other subject? Dialogue also, and then simple dialogue means there are only short dialogue. Then we have learned the dialogue from Gusti and Ilmi. Both of them just only greet each other with saying greetings, good morning, and also they talk about where are you going. So you can use this sentence in your daily life. For example, you meet your friends in front of the classroom and you want to ask them where are you going, so your friends can answer, I am going to the canteen. Okay, anyone else? Yes, alumni?
I can understand about the subject and its to be.
Okay, to be, subject and to be. For example, I, the to be?
I
Am, and then you? Are, and then we? Are, and then they?
are.
You, we, they is the example of plural subject. And then the other one, he. How about he? How about the
He
is?
is.
And then she?
Is.
Okay, these are the examples of the singular form of subject. So, from this meeting, you can also understand about the subject and it's to be. Okay, thank you, students. I think that's all for our meeting today. Please don't forget to practice. Practice what you have got for today with your friends. Yeah, please practice English as much as you can wherever you are, at school, at home, and so on. Do you understand? Okay. I think that's all for today. I will close this meeting with saying Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, goodbye and see you next week.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you.
After you see the demonstration, let's discuss more about audio-lingual method. Audio-lingual method, as any other approach, has made some good contribution to the education field. Despite various objections to this method, it also has some advantages that should be analyzed and taken into account for the purposes of this work. First one, the audio-lingual method has been based on a real psychological approach, behaviorism. If a method is related to a serious and reliable psychological approach with fundament on pedagogy, it is a good method. All these characteristics have made the audio-lingual method become a suitable and truthful tool, which objective is to teach through certain kind of truth processes. Second, the native language is not used to teach a foreign language, especially English. The same way we have learned our native language. Teachers should try to remember students are inside an environment where they deal with the new language and listen to it during the whole class hour. As a result of that, students will not have another option but use the foreign language, and it will make them feel more comfortable when saying things in English. Third, no translation is permitted to teach vocabulary. The audiolingual method states that we must not use translation as an activity to teach vocabulary. We should create and use new way to explain an unknown word. We can use realia, discard, gesture, mimicry, synonym, and antonym to explain a word definition or meaning. Then, teachers push their students to understand a meaning inside the context or to use the dictionary. Of course, in the digital era, those tools that used to have students understand the language will be varied. Teacher must choose the appropriate one which related to the student's environment. However, on the video demonstration of our group, we implemented several techniques, in turn which are repetition drill and single shot substitution, that are inflection and replacement. Or students are encouraged to use the foreign language and to speak. Since the native language cannot be used, students must have to use the foreign language to express any idea they have. If a teacher preserves with that, they can get students not to feel threatened or shy when using some words or even complete phrases to express some ideas or opinion. Fifth, through teachers' modeling, students learn pronunciation, intonation, and stress. As the teacher models word stress, students learn the correct sound of the different term. Here, the teacher must use repetition, oral work, and a set of words to practice the new vocabulary. It is important that this articulation has to be taken into account when those kind of pronunciation activities are used in the classroom. Moreover, it demands the teacher to be a master in the language, so she or he can teach it correctly. 6. Teaching grammatical pattern. This methodology is centered on teaching structure and pattern. It will be something good because many times we know people who speak English, but they do not write very well. We cannot deny speaking a language is the final result of foreign language courses, but writing is communication too. And If students do not learn some grammar, they will not be able to make their thought or opinion understandable to the recipient of the message. Students must create a correct mental pattern then. It is positive to let students express their ideas in an incomplete way sometimes, but teachers also have to correct students when they are in a more advanced level. If you are teaching a senior year of high school, you can let them to correct themselves so they can express themselves in a real conversation without the teacher's interpretation. 7. The teacher's creativity can be used to give positive reinforcement. As it was said before, the audiolingual method is based on operant behaviorism, where reinforcement plays a very important part in the teaching learning process. According to it, teachers can create a system of rewards for their own students. We are not suggesting that the teacher gives some students a prize or punishment to others. The idea is to motivate students to do their best and plan some interesting activities that all the class can enjoy. For example, a movie at the end of a unit, some kind of festival, a small custom party, a pet day, a lovely day, and etc. These are simply ideas that the teacher can use to reinforce his students' effort. In the end, we know those kind of activities are positive reinforcement from the operant behaviorism point of view, but in a different way. It will, it will depend on the teacher's creativity and commitment. Now we move to the disadvantages of audiolingual methods. Despite of the fact that the audiolingual method created a revolution in the area of teaching foreign language during 60s, it didn't use translation to teach a target language. It also received a lot of criticism. The method is based on mechanical learning and there is no space for mistakes. As a result of that mechanical learning, it becomes senseless for students. They complete the task because they have to do that, not because they are interested in learning. The audiolingual methodology do not let students create a meaningful environment to learn the topic or structure that are going to be presented to them. The exercises do not represent real facts or at least something that they can be interested in. So they do not pay the attention they should to understand what is being said. As it was seen before, audiolingual method techniques are repetition, substitution, and memorization. They do not permit students interact with their peers freely. They have to follow a pattern written on the board. Students' real life experiences or interests are not important to teach them in English class. Then it can be said that learning a foreign language becomes sterile. Students cannot react in front of a real situation, such as giving some direction or talking with foreigners when they have the opportunity. The audiolingual methodology does not rely students understand the structure or the meaning of it. The only thing that is measured is how well or badly students can follow a structure and repeat it with the adequate tone of voice, showing they are capable to substitute some words inside a sentence. After all, the audiolingual method definitely has its advantages and disadvantages in a second language classroom. What are the goals of teachers who use the audiolingual method? Teachers want their students to be able to use the target language communicately. In order to do this, they believe student needs to overlearn the target language to learn to use it automatically without stopping to think. Their students achieve this by forming new habits in the target language and overcoming the old habits of their native language. However, the disadvantages and negative implications can be overcome if a slightly more eclectic approach to second language teaching is taken. One single method should never be used exclusively in the classroom, because it shall always remain flawed. It is the teacher's responsibility to determine his or her teaching goals and appropriate method to be used, where an eclectic one might be better achieve those goals. Therefore, the teacher of a second language must be prepared to modify and adjust his or her methods to suit the different learning needs of the learners.